This is about 3 young women who have cut their teeth on entrepreneurship, and they have succeeded. Today, we celebrate each of you and your successes. You are the reason that I stand before each of you today, and I thank you. Let me begin by taking each of you on a journey. That journey begins at an imaginary entrepreneurial amusement park. Here, Mary, where is Mary? Mary, hi. I've read your application. The lawns at this entrepreneurial amusement park are manicured, and they're landscaped to perfection. You notice I said landscaped. You won't get there. By M&M Mowing. Amanda, where's Amanda? Okay. You will see that each one of our staff members have carefully designed uniforms in Amanda Dare Creations monogram logo included. Also, my earrings today are compliments of Amanda Dare Creations. Ashley, hi Ashley. We make it mandatory at the Entrepreneurial Amusement Park that all women attend your annual conference to maintain their leadership development. We also, and I have to do this, make it mandatory for all folks that attend our entrepreneurial amusement park that they drink the free, healthy, USDA organic, naturally caffeine-free Rooibee Red Tea available in all 7 flavors. I'm just saying. So this is where it gets good, because the first ride that we enter upon us as we take steps into our entrepreneurial amusement park is the roller coaster. The entrepreneurial roller coaster. Are you ready? It's early. All right. Some of you have climbed aboard this roller coaster much earlier. Like the 3 of you today, you're about to meet. I would say you're born entrepreneurs. I was different. I boarded my car after almost 15 years of human resource experience. I put my husband through medical school, residency, and fellowship. We had 2 children during this time that are now 7 and 5. When I was approached about Rooibee Red Tea, I was making a solid 6-figure income. I had a full family benefits package, 401k, retirement, someone who cleaned my office. I still talk to her to this day, emptied my garbage, answered all my phone calls. I also really miss the full-service cafeteria. Dry cleaning, well, you know, you get the picture, okay? Every ride will be different. This is my ride. So strap yourself in. Keep your arms and legs and appendages in your chairs at all times, because here we go. The first hill is always the biggest. I was looking at a very steep incline. Each tick up that roller coaster created a rise of emotion in myself. I was at a point where I had started my husband's private medical practice when we moved to Louisville and bought a 5,000 square foot building. He had never written a business plan, and at all the meetings, he never joined me when I raised the money and the funding. They kept calling me Dr. Howell, and I kind of liked it, so I just let him keep doing it. His practice had merged, and I actually did that whole merger and acquisition. And I wanted to pay it forward. It was my turn. I have never been a very good stuffed skirt, so I wanted to take something that was good, and I wanted to make it great. I also wanted to do it in my home. This is home for us now. This is my community, as I like to call it. I also wanted to work with a consumer product. I knew that I wanted to leverage my executive MBA, and I wanted something tangible, something I could measure, something that I could get an immediate reaction. So today I'll be watching every single one of your faces as we do the toast later on. But I find it fascinating that I get immediate reaction out of 1 sip of Rooibee Red Tea. The final tick up that roller coaster and that big hill As a lesson I want to teach each of you today, and hopefully something that you'll walk away with. Know the difference between a mentor and a sponsor. A mentor takes you to lunch, hopefully sometimes they pick up the tab and they give you great advice. A sponsor pushes you. This is the person that takes your white knuckles off the bar that's in front of you and forces you outside of your comfort zone. The whole time you keep saying, I can't do it, I can't do this. And they say, yes, you can. Even though the sign up above that peak says keep your arms in your cart at all times, they're the ones who are gripping your white knuckles and pulling them off. And they make your way down that first hill. They give you a leg up, or should I say arms up. They give you a strategic vision for the long haul of your career trajectory. So here we go. You're going down that first big hill. And you make the decision, like I did. You took the leap. Your arms are up in the air, your eyes are wide open, and you hit a dark tunnel. And this will be the first of many. My dark tunnel, if you can imagine, I had no beverage experience. That's a big leap, right? I'm walking into a huge world of beverages. But I know my strengths. And the one piece of advice as well, on top of the mentor and sponsor and all the other things I'll say, know your strengths. I immediately needed to put people in the other cars in which they had the strengths in the areas that I was weak. Being a good leader is recognizing you aren't good at everything. So the first thing I did, and having that HR experience helped me a lot, is I filled my cars with exceptional talent. I have over 60 years of beverage experience on my team. Again, the areas I was weak, I have a lot of experience. If you add my board members, it gives me 80, but I'm just saying. Operations, logistics, and quality control, a huge part of this job. Gary, a retired 35-year veteran from UPS, works on that for us every single day. I hired a controller with 10 years from a startup firm. She had relocated back to Louisville. I wanted to retain her in this great city. Had an MBA in finance from one of the best schools in Minneapolis, and we snagged her. Every person on my team has an MBA, with the exception of Jeff Stum, the founder. I let him slide. He has an OTJ MBA. Anyone know what that is? I won't test you. An on-the-job MBA, yes. I've also now aligned myself with some of the best consulting firms, just recently with Presence, a nationwide firm that takes about 5 different brands a year, and we're one of them. So I can flip the switch anywhere and be nationwide in a matter of minutes. Distributors, marketing, PR, social media. Another thing that I cannot stress enough, I outsource everything in this state and in this region. I don't go to another theme park. I don't go to another country. I want to be in this funky, lucky city. And I want other people to grow with me, and I want their firms to grow with me because my success is their success. That's very important to me. We have Kentucky Proud on that bottle for a reason. You must know your audience. You must know your audience. Whether it be landscaping, whether it be retail, or whether it be a nonprofit. That was the very first question that I asked the leaders of Rooibee Red Tea when I started. Who is our audience? Who is our consumer? Who is buying this product? And we worked for 6 months with one of the best universities in the country to figure out exactly who that was. And let me tell you, that was an amazing day when we uncovered what that was. We changed our labels. We now have my face on the 4-pack, which at least I'm not on a milk carton yet. So that was good. But we found out it was women, and it was moms. And the other thing that we did is went out and raised money, everything down to the penny. I can tell you where it's gone and what we've spent, and I can tell you right now I've left my salary when the roller coaster started, so it goes right back into that bottle. But I realized moms needed a 4-pack carrier. It was really difficult to sit and carry 2 bottles of tea with a kid here and a kid here, so we did that right away. Nothing in this business is cheap. Social media, heard folks talking about that, Lisa Seabird. I mean, everything that you do is, you're under the eye of everything, so it's also very difficult being a female in a man's world. Lawn mowing, maybe, possibly, you get it. I also realized something else, that I was a female. It's amazing what you can do as a female, really it is. While we may have more stipulations about riding a roller coaster, the sign will read if you're pregnant or expecting, you might have to sit this ride out. But I am proof positive that companies with women on their board of directors outperform companies with 0. Women have instincts that our male counterparts, they need. Women are decision makers. Women purchase 85% of the consumer products that arrive in our home. Rooibee Red Tea is now a female majority owned and led company, and we have just sent in our information and get our audit on being WeBank certified. Since being the female CEO of Rooibee Red Tea, Chief Tea Officer, excuse me, where we used to run only a couple hundreds of cases, we now run 7,000 cases at a time. Sales have expanded, and we just picked up nationwide. Nationwide, people, distribution. We just finished pitching nationwide to Whole Foods and Kroger. We are creating jobs, we're helping the economy, and we are inspiring others to do the same. However, when my ride comes to a stop, I look behind me at the other cars. We need more women on this roller coaster. I found this very interesting and somewhat startling, but Sheryl Sandberg, who's the COO of Facebook, she was quoted from a recent study that came out, and I think this is really important for everyone to know. Success and likability are positively correlated for men, and they are negatively correlated for women. This means that as men get more successful and powerful, both men and women like them better. As women get more powerful and successful, everyone, including women, like them less. Really? I want people to still like me. Don't you 3 girls? Women? I see change occurring. I see it in this room. And by men and women cheering these 3 female leaders onto victory, I am humbled to share my entrepreneurial ride with all of you in hopes that you will jump on this roller coaster, hands up in the air, eyes wide open. And I would like to end with a quick poem written by Sherry Gibson. Jump on this roller coaster. Ride along with me. Grab a seat in the car of life and get ready to fly free. Take off slowly, climb that hill, reach the very top. At the crest, now barely moving, not wanting life to stop. The car of life, it plunges down, pulling at your soul. Scary, but quite exciting, fast and out of control. You speed around that hairpin curve, gasping for your breath. Hold on tight, we're not done yet. That curve was just a test. You'll climb back up once again, weary days ahead. Reach the top of a high plateau before you plunge ahead. Thank you. Congratulations.